Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Governor Livingston High School out here on the hill at Fry Field. My name is Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining me here today for this matchup between your Governor Livingston Highlanders and the New Providence Pioneers. It is a beautiful Saturday morning actually. This game was supposed to be played at 1 p.m. But rivalry game, Battle of Mountain Ave, as the Highlanders rush down onto the field. We will get kickoff started in just a few minutes. This is the second game of the season for the Governor Livingston Highlanders. Last week, an unfortunate loss to the Lakeland Lancers, 28-0. Not the best showing from the Highlanders. Did have some good plays, and it was quite an unfortunate score. Really, 4 big plays made up the score. There was no consistent driving by Lakeland. It was just a series of unfortunate events. GL will try and turn that around this week, and we'll get the first look at the New Providence football team for this 2025-2026 season. They have not yet played a game. GL choosing to play a Week 0 game for the first time this year. New Providence has stuck with tradition and decided not to. Of course, last year this game being held in New Providence, and
at this time we'd like to have our national anthem.
Being quite a close game, 12-13. The Pioneers taking the 5th win in a row as we prepare for the national anthem.
Just wait. Put it. Okay, come on.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Zara. That was beautiful.
So, after our quick break for a beautifully sung national
We'll now
anthem by
have
Zara
the
Mizra,
coin toss
we will get ready for the coin
and
toss as
presentation
the
of the Mayor's
captains
Trophy
from both teams make their way out onto the field along with the referees.
by our town representatives from Berkeley Heights and New Providence.
Be a real one.
Captains will go out for a coin toss. Joining them is our Representative John Foster from Berkeley Heights and Mayor Al Morgan. New Providence won the coin toss. They deferred. GL will have the opening kickoff. The Mayor's Trophy will be presented at the end of the game to the winning team.
So, Governor Livingston, New Providence winning the toss, choosing to defer. Governor Livingston choosing to receive the kickoff in this first half. Of course, last year's matchup played in New Providence ended 12-13 with a Pioneer victory. That was the sixth Pioneer victory in a row. The last time the Highlanders triumphed over New Providence was back in 2018. It was played at New Providence, 28-17. So, this game, of course, traditionally played on Thanksgiving, but since 2022, it has been played on just pretty much any other day during the football season. Of course, some changes coming from both sides, with New Providence having their quarterback, TJ Munn, depart.
And Garcia back deep for the Highlanders to receive the opening kickoff.
So AJ Whitehead, one of the key players from last year's team, will return, but TJ Munn will not. It'll be a question of who the Pioneers put in at quarterback. Right now they have two quarterbacks listed on the roster, Brian Connor and Kevin Riley. I'm not sure who they'll put in first, but that'll be the question as New Prov gets ready to kick it away.
Mike Pettis kick it off for New Providence.
It's Mike Pettis kicking off. He was, I believe, their special teams guy last year as well. Christian, he was not their special teams guy last year. As Connor Jakubowski fields this one on the 19-yard line. So that is where the Highlanders will start their first drive. Of course, Governor Livingston Highlanders did not have a touchdown in the last game. In fact, they didn't even put a point on the board. Mason Barker missing a 36-yard field goal from the left hash in the middle of the third quarter, which would have put the first points on the board for the Highlanders, but a bit wide left, and the Highlanders were shut out. Of course, 4 scores coming from the Lakers. Sorry, not the Lakers. I made that mistake a bunch last week. The four scores coming from the Lancers, 2 scooping scores, a 46-yard rush, and an almost 50-yard pass on a wide receiver screen. As number 4, Dominic Labisi, will take the carry. Sorry, yes. Number 4, Dominic Labisi takes the carry for what might be a short gain of 1 or 2.
1 yard brings up a 2nd down and 9.
Gain of 1, so a 2nd and 9. Highlanders had a decent performance last week. Don't have the exact numbers, but got a decent amount of first downs. Got shut out and went 3 and out. Got shut down and went 3 and out in the first drive of the game. But they slowly improved after that, making their way into Lakeland territory in the second quarter. But still, the points on the board are what matters. Bit of a fumbled snap there by the replacement quarterback, number 12, Colin Hughes, a freshman for this Highlander team. Mateo Luloya, the quarterback who started last week, the sophomore, number 2, is out with mono. So Hughes will be the one in the game. It was the question of whether or not Coach Pete Vinicio would choose to put in one of his running backs at quarterback, as he did last year when Luciano Santamaria was not available, where he put Jack Daly in at quarterback. And there's a fumbled snap, but Hughes eventually gets it, tosses one onto the sideline.
Incomplete,
Probably intended from Michael Donahue, number 11, but falling a few yards short and quite a few yards wide. So Mason Barker, number 70, will come out to kick this one away.
Whitehead back to receive the punt.
AJ Whitehead back to receive the punt.
Mason Barker.
The number 1 returning rush yards leader in the 7-8 sports area, so
Flag on the play.
he'll be dangerous, and Highlanders had too many men on the field, it seems. As number 11, Donahue was attempting to run off the field, so 5-yard penalty, and Mason Barker will be even farther back in his own territory as he tries to boot this one away. Didn't have a horrible job punting it away last week, I believe, just over 200 yards. 206 yards to be exact on 6 punts, long of 44 yards. So not bad at flipping the field, but on this occasion only gets it out to about midfield, just inside of Highlander territory still. So the Pioneers will have a dangerous field position to get their first drive of the game.
Riley will bring the Pioneers to the line. First and 10, ball on the 47-yard line.
Three-man backfield for the Pioneers, number 22. A.J. Whitehead, of course, getting the carry, and he's got a gain of maybe 4 or 5. Already off to a good start is the Pioneers returning rusher.
Gain of 6 brings up a second down and 4.
Gain of 6, actually, so Gio likely going to try and focus on stopping this rush offense. Spearheaded by A.J. Whitehead, of course. Whitehead last year, 1,130 yards, 13 touchdowns. He's got 1,260 yards total on his career. Whitehead getting the carry again, wrapped up nicely in the backfield is A.J. Whitehead. And this will be a loss of 1 or 2. Logan Stack breaking down from that linebacker spot to get the tackle in the backfield. A gap opening up. Whitehead trying to get to it. Stack just a bit faster. That's number 25. He's playing that Sam linebacker position.
From the 41-yard line.
So 3rd down and 4, actually. Perfect. Not a gain, not a loss. Whitehead managed to get back to the line of scrimmage, probably extending. Of course, the man in the backfield for the Pioneers is number 7. I don't have him on my roster, weirdly enough. I'll have to fix that in the quarter. But either way, he'll hand off to A.J. Whitehead once again. Whitehead trying to stretch it around the right side and
Just short of the first down.
short of the first down by a yard or 2.
Flag on the play.
There is a flag.
These are against the Pioneers.
It is against the Pioneers. And Coach Pete Remicchio will choose to accept it.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard or so.
6-yard line.
A false start or an illegal
Bring
formation.
up a 3rd and 9.
Not able to catch which, but
From 46-yard line.
so 3rd down and 9. Likely a throw attempt for this new Pioneers quarterback. Whitehead lined up to the left of number 7 in the backfield. He'll look to throw. Looks left, throws deep down the field. That one is caught by number 2, who I also don't have on my roster. I believe this roster may not be current, but either way, that's a huge reception for the Pioneers.
Ball will be placed on the 24-yard line. 1st and 10.
Ball on the
for
24-yard line, a
Pioneers
first
at
down. The first down in this
24-yard
game.
line.
It goes to the Pioneers. Chet Parlavicchio dialing up a play for his Pioneers, of course. Son of former NFL player Chet Parlavicchio, of course. Also a NJ High School coaching legend.
5-yard penalty. Bring up a 1st down and
Junior,
15.
the coach of this Pioneers team, did not play at the D1 level, didn't get to the NFL like his father, but has still managed to carve out a pretty decent path for himself in the NJ High School coaching game. As the Pioneers had a penalty, didn't catch what for, but either way, they'll be moved back another 5 yards. Yet again, Whitehead in the backfield, this time to the right. A quick throw out to the left for the
Pass is complete.
quarterback of the Pioneers, and just swarming as the Governor Livingston defense all getting to the ball.
DiDonato.
Max DiDonato, the first one to get there. Caparelli backing him up.
Ready on the catch.
Daniel Peretti.
Ball
Was
was
on the
placed at
catch.
the 28-yard line.
28-yard line, so 2nd and 14 for the Pioneers. Of course, Parlavicchio had a bit of trouble with this New Providence team in his first season. Went 1-8. Turned it around the next year, going 8-1. The only loss to these Highlanders is there's a throw over the top. That gets to number 5, Mike Petzies, and he will go all the way down to the 3-yard line instead of a 1st and goal for the Pioneers. Just a designed rollout throw over the top. That got over the hands of, can't quite catch who that is. I believe it's number 11, Michael Donahue, potentially. So ball on the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for the Pioneers.
1st and goal for the Pioneers at the 3-yard line.
Gio looking to keep this one close. Tight bunch set for the Pioneers. A run up the middle for A.J. Whitehead. And he gets into the end zone and puts the first points on the board. 6-0 Pioneers, 7 pending the extra points from Pesties. Sorry, Petsies. 7:18 left on the clock.
Jack Fitzgerald on to attempt the extra point.
Correction, Jack Fitzgerald is on to attempt the extra point.
And a defiant Connor Holt.
For the Pioneers. Hold by. So. Number 1 puts it up, and it is good. 7-0.
7:18 left here in the first quarter.
7:18 left in the first quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, come by the GL Football Spiritwear table located by the Snack Shack. As the weather turns a bit colder, now is the time to buy your GL Football Spiritwear. While supplies last, visit the table today. I would like to thank our business sponsors. Wealth Swimmer Financial Group, Spanish Tavern Mountainside, Cascade Tree Service, Berkeley Heights and Mountainside PBA, Jack Physical Therapy, Berkeley Development Company, Clementes, New Jersey Oral and Maxillofacial Implant Surgery in Branchburg, Delicious Heights, Game Changer, Embassy Suites, Americo Restaurant, Atlantic Cup. From Stantre Driving School, Valerco Heating and Cooling, sponsor of the Athlete of the Week, and Bart's Market, and Nasto's Italian Ice.
So, Pioneers back on to kick it off once more, 5 minutes after the first kickoff. Number 5, Petsies, coming to kick this one off. Will come up a bit short. It'll be fielded by, I believe that's
Jakubowski on the return.
Connor Jakubowski.
Flag on the play.
Number 17. There is a flag on the play. This will likely be for some kind of blocking penalty on the Highlanders.
Manley on the stop.
Wait.
Holding on the return.
Holding on the Highlanders, so that'll put them 10 yards back. And set them up in not particularly great field position.
Years upon years of dedication and love.
1st and 20 to start off the drive for the Highlanders. Of course, last year a close game.
Highlanders will kick over. 1st and 10 at the
13 to 12.
15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders.
However, that was against a particularly decent New Providence football team. They went all the way to the North Section 1 Group 1 final, lost 35-14 to Cedar Grove, but still made it all the way through. Beat Boonton 49-24, beat Hasbrook Heights 49-24 as Elijah Garcia gets a decent carry there.
Knocked him out of bounds.
Still short of a first down, of course.
6-yard gain brings up a
6-yard gain.
Ball is placed out to the 21-yard line.
Second and medium. 4 yards to go. On the 22-yard line. Two backs in the backfield with number 12, Colin Hughes. Labisi and Garcia. That handoff will go to Labisi, and crashing down is the Pioneer defensive line. Locke's not holding up for the Highlanders, and that one,
down behind the line of scrimmage.
a loss of yards, probably putting them back to a 3rd and 10. 3rd and 9, a 5-yard loss. So not a good start for the Highlanders. We'll see if they ramp up like they did last week, but the key thing they'll need to do to keep up with this Pioneers team is put some points on the board. A lot of departing seniors last year, they made up the majority of the defense. This year, very sophomore and junior heavy. Design run for Hughes. Not a design run, design rollout pass. That one, an attempt to, I believe that was number 28, Elijah Garcia out of the backfield, but incomplete. 4th down and 9, and Barker will come back out to punt the ball away.
Whitehead going back deep for the Pioneers.
A.J. Whitehead ready to return for the Pioneers. Booed away there by Mason Barker. That one will make it over midfield, fielded by Whitehead around the 45-yard line. He'll get by 1 tackle, he'll get by 3. He'll break down the right side. A.J. Whitehead, Mason Barker getting blocked downfield. A last-ditch tackle, the only one person left, and he will beat Julio Nieto to the end zone. A.J. Whitehead with a punt return touchdown for the Pioneers. Just slipping by defenders, an absolute beauty of a return. Last-ditch tackle attempt by Julio Nieto. Just a bit too late, didn't get a good grab on Whitehead. And he runs his way all the way into the end zone for what will probably go down as a around 55-yard punt return for a touchdown. Jack Fitzgerald on to take the extra point. .550 left in the first quarter. And already 14 points up on the board for the Pioneers, beating their score last year that they put up on the Highlanders at home under the lights on a Friday night.
Don't forget to visit our snack shack. Today at the snack shack we have hot dogs, hamburgers sponsored by Barks, bagels sponsored by Jersey Joe's, Ed Callahan egg and cheese sandwiches, and a limited supply of chicken parmesan and meatball stuff. Visit our snack shack today. And let's give a big round of applause to Barks Market for their generous support of feeding our football team and the snack shack.
So the Highlanders out to receive for the 3rd time today. Jakubowski and Garcia back to receive once more. Mike Petsy's on to kick it off for the Pioneers. Pioneers yet to punt. One drive got into the end zone with A.J. Whitehead on a 3-yard rush. And then Whitehead putting on the moves and the speed. Gets by multiple guys and gets into the end zone for a punt return touchdown. This one going to Jakubowski once again. He'll field it just outside his own end zone. Trying to move right on the return. He's met by 3 defenders around the 20-yard line, and he will make it only to the 22 before being stopped.
Ready on the stop. Highlanders will take over 1st and 10. Fourth place on the 21-yard line. 1st and 10.
So, only making it out to the 21 according to the spot of the ball from the refs. And yet another 1st and 10. No first downs yet for this Highlanders team. As Dominic Labisi and Elijah Garcia occupy the backfield behind Colin Hughes. Labisi getting one, trying to spin away from the tackle and walking right into another.
Gain of about 1 yard.
Gain of about 1 yard for a 2nd and 9. Labisi, of course, the leading rusher on this Highlanders team, despite the fact that it's only his first year of playing high school football. Typically a standout baseball player for Coach Chris Roof and his Highlanders baseball squad. Went and got the trouble last year, won counties, won sectionals, and then went out and won the state championship. Undefeated, 28-0 through the season. Labisi will get a carry again up the gut. He'll keep his feet moving, but eventually be brought down for another 2 or 3 yard gain. Getting up to the 25.
Bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
And 6.
Labisi last year, actually also a basketball player. Not just baseball, but baseball the crux of his sporting accomplishments. Last year, 74 plate appearances, 24 hits, average 324. No home runs, but here's
Hughes pass is
a
complete.
pass by Hughes, the first one completed the game, and that
moves the ball out to the 36-yard line. That's
a Highlander first down.
Highlander first down.
The first one of the game, as Parker Chatfield was on the reception. Chatfield, also a basketball player, though no other sports he plays. Had a pretty decent season last year. Of course, only a freshman, but still got minutes on the team. Put up 46 points, 54 rebounds. This here's a attempted stretch run by keeper by Colin Hughes.
About the 39-yard line, brings up
We'll
a
move it up
down.
about 2 yards.
At the 40.
Or can't quite tell how many yards that is, but looks to be about 2 or 3, bringing up a 2nd and 8 or 7. Either way, a 2nd and long for the Highlanders. Hughes with 2 decent back-to-back plays. There are 2 backs in the backfield with him. Dominic Labisi lined up behind him. Number 44, Tommy Fettis, lined up to his left. Fettis acting as a blocker. Labisi driving to that left side once more.
Fettis on stop.
He'll get a gain of a few. Gonna bring up a 3rd and medium for the Highlanders.
3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4. Highlanders looking to follow up their first down of the game with yet another. Hughes in the backfield, only 1 man behind him, it's Garcia. Hughes rolling out to the right, looking to complete another pass. Attempting a throw there, but that one hitting the turf as he was under pressure. That one intended for sophomore Mark D'Angelo, number 10. As I said, this team is sophomore heavy. 4th down and 4, and AJ Whitehead will be on the field. As the Highlanders work to sort out their special teams arrangement. Mason Barker, importantly, back deep to kick off. Sorry, not to kick off, to punt this one away for the 3rd time today. First punt fielded by Whitehead inside Geo territory. 2nd punt fielded by Whitehead inside Pioneer territory around the 45-yard line, but of course returned for a touchdown. Correction, Colin Hughes is staying on the field. And an offsides jump by number 83 of the Pioneers, James Keneally.
Offside against the Pioneers.
That one will give the Highlanders their second first down of the game. And Pete Remicchio will be pleased, I'm sure. Moving up to the 49-yard line. Second first down of the game on a silent count from Colin Hughes. So Hughes in the backfield again with Fettis and Garcia. No Dominic Labisi. This one a handoff to Garcia up the gut. That one a gain of a few into Pioneer territory for the first time today for the Highlanders.
May on the stop.
And
moves the ball down to the 47-yard line.
a referee's timeout called here, I believe. With 2:22 left on the clock. Temporary timeout there.
Second down along 6 yards.
2nd and 6, so a gain of 4 for Garcia. In the backfield once more. The other back with him, Dominic Labisi, back onto the field. So Hughes has got options. Labisi will take this one, go up the gut, into contact, and he will keep driving, but eventually momentum is stopped. Flag on the play, likely for a false start on the Highlanders. Labisi just making it back to the Labisi just making it back to the scrimmage line, but a hold will set the boys in blue back 10 yards and set up a 2nd and long.
Offense! That's right!
Moves the ball back to the 43-yard line.
Let's fight! Offense! That's right! Move the ball! Let's win! Let's fight! Offense! That's right!
Second down and 16
Let's win! Let's
for 43.
A 2nd and 16, back into their own territory are the Highlanders. This one a handoff to, can't quite catch the number. That was Labisi again,
Labisi on the carry.
getting it to the 46-yard line, setting up a 3rd and long for the Highlanders. Hughes
Fettis on the stop.
likely forced to throw again.
Gain about 2 yards. Brings up a 3rd down and 14.
So a 3rd and 14 for the Highlanders. Hughes will look to complete his 2nd pass of the game, likely. And we'll see what Coach Pete Remicchio calls on this one. Full press from the Pioneers defense. 4-man front, so no blitz coming. Designed rollout. That one caught by number 3
Complete. To Chatfield. Whitehead
to
on
Parker
the stop.
Chatfield. AJ Whitehead
Ball down to the
crashing down from his
49-yard line.
linebacker spot. That'll move only to the 49-yard line, so it'll set up a 4th down for the Highlanders still.
4th down and 8.
Timeout called, I believe. Not sure by who.
That's the end of our first quarter.
Oh, correction.
With
The
Pioneers
first quarter
leading 14
clock has ticked down, and it is 14-0. The New Providence Pioneers lead. Governor Livingston has put together a decent drive so far, but right now on a 4th down, not a particularly good position to be in, especially with a freshman quarterback leading the offense. Quite unfortunate that Loya is out of the game. He'll be out for 2 or 3 weeks potentially, so Hughes will get some decent reps, and Loya will have his attempt to solidify his control of the offense disrupted. Losing a senior quarterback, of course, always a bit of a detriment to a high school football team, especially a public school one,
Governor Livingston High School Varsity Cheerleading Squad.
considering that you can't recruit at a public school. You just get whatever you
At
can
this
take.
time, the Highlanders would like to welcome the GL high school class of 1975. Welcome to Fly Field.
Especially not having a junior quarterback
as we say, once a Highlander,
to go into the backfield.
You're always a Highlander. Welcome, class of 1975.
Once the senior graduates, just having a sophomore as your option is not the greatest. As we see the Governor Livingston High School class of 1975 standing out on the track here at Fly Field. 50-year reunion for these former Highlanders. As a run here, stretched out to the left by Colin Hughes on the keeper. He'll get down to the 40-yard line, and the referees will decide if this is or is not a first down.
That's good enough for
and it will be. So, 3 first downs in a row for the Highlanders as the field is flipped. Timeout from the referees, I believe, as I think they'll bring the chains out to measure this one. Correction, they will not bring the chains out. No measurement here, and yet another stoppage. Referees trying to decide whether or not this is a first down. So, as the referees bring the chains out to measure.
Sticks are coming out for a measurement. Stretching the chains out, and will that be a first down? It will not be. A fourth down stop for the Pioneers. I have to say, that's not also the greatest spot of the ball. Hughes fell forward onto the 40-yard line, and it was placed back at the 41. So Coach Pete Remicchio likely, again, not happy with these referees. Just as last week with 2 fumbles that may or may not have been fumbles. I'll leave that up to your discretion if you want to go back and watch them. I have, and, well, the refs made their decision, and I will not comment any more on that. I think I did it enough last week. So, the Pioneers back out on offense. Whitehead in the backfield. Number 7 under center for the Pioneers. Handoff to Whitehead as he will slip through the defensive line and get a decent gain of 4 to start off the second drive of this game for the Pioneers. Pass play here, attempted to Whitehead. Riley's pass incomplete.
Riley, number 7, the quarterback. That one knocked down by, that is number 85, Mark Caparelli. One of the few seniors playing on the field for this Highlander team.
Brings up a 3rd down and 7.
Brings up a 3rd and 7 for the Pioneers, so the Highlanders will try and get a stop. We'll see if they can. GL dials up a 5-man rush, pass out here to Whitehead. He'll be ramped up and then swarmed by the GL defense. And that'll be the first stop of the game for the Governor Livingston Highlanders defense.
Early and stacked on the stop, brings up a 4th down and 9. Tekowski down back deep to receive the punt.
So, a stop for the Pioneers and now a stop for the Highlanders. We will see if Governor Livingston can get something done with this next drive. Punt there, kicked out of bounds. And the Highlanders will take over deep in their own territory at the 26-yard line. So a good ways to go to get into Pioneer territory and potentially put some points on the board. Of course, 14-0 is still the score.
It's Highlander time. Get your hands up, get a t-shirt.
Two-man backfield once again. This one handed off to Garcia.
Garcia on the carry.
Driving right and getting a gain of a few. It'll be just 2 or 3 yards. Mike Petsis on the snap, of course. Petsis, one of the seniors, I believe, for this.
Brings up a 2nd down and 9. 12th place on the 27-yard line.
One of the seniors for this New Providence Pioneers team last year. 112 tackles, a forced fumble, an interception, and a safety. So, putting up some pretty good numbers there. Probably looking to improve on it. In the matchup last year, he had pretty decent performance, 10 tackles, 7 solo, 3 assists. As a run there, attempt to stretch to the left by Dominic Labisi, stopped by A.J. Whitehead, who is yet another defensive force for this Pioneer team, along with being their leading rusher.
Moved out to the 29-yard line.
Hughes, one running back in the backfield with him. 3 receivers to his right. Block picked up there. Pass attempt to number 1, Julio Nieto, and that one will be incomplete.
Intended for Julio Nieto, incomplete.
And this will set up a 3rd down for the Highlanders. Correction, 4th down for the Highlanders.
Messis was on the coverage. Brings up a 4th down.
And Mason Barker will come out once again to punt it away. A.J. Whitehead back deep to receive.
Whitehead back for the Pioneers.
This one booted away by Mason Barker. Will be taken by A.J. Whitehead. Fair catch inside of his own territory around the 40-yard line.
At the 30-yard line.
And some whistles after the play.
An injured Pioneer on the play.
There is an injured Pioneer on the play, so an official's timeout. as they will check on the injured man and look to get him off the field so we can resume play with just 7:32 left in this second quarter.
The Snack Shack. We are hot dogs, hamburgers, sponsored by Bart's. Also visit the GL Football Spirit Wear table located by the Snack Shack. As the weather turns a bit colder, now is the time to buy your GL Football Spirit Wear. While supplies last, visit the table today. GL Football, I'd like to thank our business sponsors today. Wealth Stores are financial group, Spanish Tavern, Mountainside, Cascade Tree Service, Berkeley Heights and Mountainside PBA, Jack Physical Therapy, Berkeley Development Company. Let's hear it for Trevor Forno.
Trevor Forno, number 42, the injured man, senior, with his Pioneers team, making his way off the field. Luckily, not too serious of an injury.
Valerico Heating and Cooling, sponsor of our Athlete of the Week. Parts Market and Nasto's Italian Ice.
The Pioneers will look to get their next drive of the game going. Last drive managed to get stopped by the Highlanders. Punted it away. Highlanders got it back and went 3 and out on their own and punted it back to them. And now, here we are, the Pioneers, 30-yard line. Trying to put together another drive. Coach Parlavicchio gets his man under center. Being chased down. And that's the first sack for this Highlanders team. Number 85, Mark Caparelli, the senior. Ruthless pursuit of the quarterback. And a loss of 6. Set up a 2nd and 16.
Back to the 24-yard line, bring up a 2nd down and 16 yards.
Whitehead rush attempt. That one good for a gain of a few. Colin Cisco on the stop for the Highlanders. But no first down. 3rd down and 9. Pass attempt here, that one. Attempt to number 83, James Keneally, but no going there as blocking didn't hold up, giving him time to catch the pass.
Brings up a 4th down. Jakubowski back deep for the Highlanders.
Connor Jakubowski back to receive the punt. The punt from Daniel Peretti. And that one out of bounds again. This one near the 35-yard line, I believe. Actually near the 40. And that's where it'll be spotted, and the Highlanders will come back out onto the field. Fans not particularly happy with the spot of the ball.
On the 45-yard line.
The ball makes it out to the 40-yard line, despite
Ball's placed on the 40-yard line.
where the ball actually went out of bounds, being closer to the 40. our line judge, Tom Sinella, spotting that ball. Using the backfield with Labisi, only one man in the backfield with him. Labisi looking to go up the middle, taken down from behind by number 81, Drew Gullo. As we took under 5:30 left here in the second quarter.
Gullo and Dennis on the stop. Gain of about 1 yard, brings up second down and 9.
So 2nd and 9. 2 back set this time. And there's a fumble. Pounced on by number 21 for the Pioneers.
Recovered by the Pioneers.
And that is just not what this Highlander team needed.
Pioneers take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. .48 left here in the second quarter. Pioneers leading 14-0.
14-0 is the score here still. Has been since the end of the first quarter. Pioneers yet to put another point up on the board, but with a start inside GL territory, this might be the drive they are able to extend their lead. Riley in the backfield with Whitehead.
Timeout, Pioneers.
A timeout called by the Pioneers, and should be a 30-second timeout, and we'll see what Shep Parlavicchio will dial up for his team after the timeout. So, Pioneers making their way back out down on the field. Riley looking to go deep down the field, and that one overthrown his intended target. Couldn't tell there were 2 men in the area, Daniel Peretti and then number 2, Quinton Moore. But couldn't quite get it to him. So, let's see what the 3rd down call is here. Whitehead lining up next to his QB, Riley. Blitz coming from the Highlanders. Quick pass out to the right to Peretti. And that one will maybe be just enough for a 1st down, depending on the spot of the ball. Michael Donahue on the stop for the Highlanders. And that will be a 1st down for the Pioneers. So, the next successful drive for the Pioneers, potentially looking to put their 3rd score of the game on the board. Haven't scored since the first quarter. Their first drive was the only scoring drive they had. Then again, haven't had the ball for a particularly long time after that. The Highlanders, with their run-heavy offense, have occupied a majority of the possession time, but not a lot doing in that time. Still 0 points on the board. Riley under center. A false start from the Pioneers, and that will move them 5 yards back.
False start against the Pioneers. That'd be a 5-yard penalty. Moves the ball back to the 33-yard line. First down and 15 yards.
So 1st and 15 now for the Pioneers. A run-heavy set last time. Let's see if they'll go with the same thing. They will. Riley with Petsy's lined up behind him and Whitehead lined up behind him. Petsy acting as a fullback blocking. Whitehead looking to stretch out to the left. Hoping met just a few yards downfield. And that might be another loss of yardage for the Pioneers, depending on the spot of the ball.
The ball down to the 31-yard line.
31-yard line, so that'll be a gain of just 1 or 2. Second down and long.
Joey Kinney, bro. Kinney.
Pass attempt here for Riley. Looking down the field, he has a man, Daniel Poretti. And he will get down to the 11-yard line. Poretti looking for a foul after his helmet fell off, but that might just be the fact that he did not tighten his helmet enough. Didn't look like there was a face mask of any kind there, so. Equipment malfunction and not a actual penalty. The referee spotting the ball on the 8-yard line. So 1st and goal, actually, for the Pioneers. Run-heavy formation. A fullback and a running back in the backfield for the Pioneers. This is where they false started last time. Handoff goes to A.J. Whitehead. Whitehead will get a gain of a few after cutting left and eventually be stopped around what looks like the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Pioneers. This game hasn't been horrible for either team. Well, maybe Governor Livingston offense could look for a bit of improvement as the Pioneers get the spot of the ball on the 4-yard line, setting up a 2nd and goal from the 4. But the defense so far has held up. Forced 2 punts, only allowed 1 score, potentially going to allow another, as here's a handoff to Jaden Fitzgerald, and he will dive into the end zone. 21-0, Pioneers.
Fitzgerald on the handoff for the touchdown.
Jack Fitzgerald, a senior. This New Providence team, senior and junior heavy. Only 7 sophomores on the entire roster. Then again, my roster might not be the greatest, but either way, much more senior team
50-50.
for the Pioneers, as it's trying to set up look like a fake 2-point try, but the kick will be up and good for the Pioneers. So 21-0 is the score here with 1:20 left in the 2nd quarter. Out at Fry Field, I'm Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining us today for this Governor Livingston Highlanders football match.
Stay close to the field today as we have an outstanding halftime show by our varsity cheerleading squad.
So, 1:20 left in the second quarter. 2-minute offense for the Highlanders. We'll see how well Colin Hughes can run it. He has a decent completion today. He's thrown for a first down. He's run for one.
Jakubowski and Garcia.
And his backfield has been pretty decent. Labisi and Elijah Garcia putting up some decent numbers.
How you doing, buddy?
But Mike Petsy's off to kick it away to Jakubowski and Garcia once more.
Letting us down.
This one fielded just outside the 15.
Garcia on a return.
A decent hole for Elijah Garcia before eventually being swarmed, but this one probably the best return of the day
This on the stop.
for the Highlanders. Petsis, the kicker, getting downfield and making a tackle, although he does play defense, so that's not the most unusual thing. But the Highlanders will have pretty decent field position, starting just out past the 30 on what looks like the 32-yard line from where the referee is standing.
Ball's placed at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders at the 32-yard line.
So 32-yard line start for the Highlanders. Only one man in the backfield. Dominic Labisi and
Timeout, Highlanders.
a timeout call by the Highlanders with 1:14 left here in the second quarter. We will take a short break and then return to the action.
Yo, this actually is crazy, bro. Like, this is crazy, bro. Yeah, no, we actually could.
1st and 10 for the Highlanders at the 30.
So Highlanders making their way back out onto the field, looking to lead what might be the last drive of this first half. Down by 21 to the Pioneers, local rivals. Hughes looks to throw, gets this one out right. That one for a decent gain of, looks to be about 6.
Hughes to Donahue.
And we'll set up a 2nd and 4th.
Ball out to the 40-yard line. Gain of 8. 2nd down and 2.
Correction, a gain of 8. 2nd down and 2, under a minute. 2-minute offense here. Hughes looking to throw again, this time looking left. Rolling left, throwing left, and that one batted down.
By Keneally.
Keneally getting into the backfield there.
3rd down and 2 from the 40-yard line.
Getting those paws up and knocking it down. Yet another senior for this team, so if it hasn't already become evident, the Highlanders outmatched quite a decent amount in the experience department. Pretty much all over the field. Pete Remicchio, less experienced head coach than Paulo Vicchio. Hughes will look to throw again. He'll throw this one, and that one broken up. Hard crash down by Jack Fitzgerald.
By Jack Fitzgerald.
The would-be receiver on that,
A 4th down and 2.
I believe, is number 3, Parker Chatfield.
44 seconds left here.
44 seconds, or just under left. 43.6 if you want to be precise.
Barker on to kick.
As we will get to a 4th down, and Mason Barker will come out to punt this one away.
Going
So
back deep for the Pioneers.
not the last drive of the game. That one, or the last drive of the half. That one will likely go to the Pioneers unless the Highlanders can get a quick turnover or stop in the next 43 seconds. There's also a chance that Coach Paulo Vicchio chooses to just kneel the rest of the clock away. It'll probably be decided on field position, so a good punt looking for Mason Barker. That one, A.J. Whitehead having to backtrack to receive it, but This dangerous A.J. Whitehead breaking down the left side of the field, eventually brought down. No, he's not. An attempted takedown, not successful. Now almost being taken down. Another broken tackle, and a second punt return touchdown, but that one might be coming back for a hold. As that flag thrown all the way out of the 20-yard line. A.J. Whitehead breaking tackles, doing his best impression of Derrick Henry, running downfield, building up that steam. Backtracking for A.J. Whitehead seems to be dangerous. Last time, ran it back for a touchdown. This time, ran it back for a touchdown, but this one getting called back for a hold. So it will be moved back to the 31-yard line. Parlavicchio probably not going to kneel this one out, as he's got good field position for his team and 21 seconds left. Riley in the backfield with Whitehead. Sorry, not with Whitehead. Riley stepping up in the pocket, throwing deep downfield. That one caught to number 1, Jack Fitzgerald. And with 13 seconds left, the clock will stop. Fitzgerald getting all the way down to the 8-yard line. Dangerous position. But Pioneers can't rely on their running back this time. Correction, 11 seconds on the clock. Pioneers can't rely on their running back, because if they get stopped, there is not enough time to run another play. So Riley will look to throw this one into the end zone.
As the weather turns a bit colder, now is the time to buy your GL football spirit wear while supplies last. Visit the table today. Also get your hamburgers and hot dogs up at the snack shack, along with some possible chicken parmesan and meatball subs. Visit the snack shack at the half.
So, 11 seconds. Pioneers offense making their way back out onto the field after this timeout. Looking for their first victory of the season and a victory over local rivals. Riley, back in the pocket, throwing this one over the top.
Pass incomplete.
Intended for
Keneally, the intended receiver, Labisi.
For Keneally James, number 83.
Second and goal.
A second and goal, likely another quick pass attempt for the Pioneers. And then they'll call out the kicking team and look for Jack Fitzgerald to put another one through the uprights from just a bit farther out than a PAT is. So it shouldn't be too particularly difficult. Whitehead in the backfield with Riley. Whitehead, Riley dropping back, looking for a pass. Another one attempted to number 83, James Keneally, and that one dropped. Roughing the passer. Correction, I'm going off what our PA says here at the field. Apologies for that. He believed it was a roughing the passer call with 4 seconds left, but we will see if that is truly the call, as the wind is getting up there here today. It was supposed to be a bit windy, but it was interfering with my microphone a bit, so I'm putting my hand over it, trying to shield it for the wind for a second. Correction, a sideline infraction for New Providence, likely a coach or player coming off the sideline. Couldn't quite see what happened, but either way, with 4 seconds left, Fitzgerald will come out onto the field to attempt the field goal and extend this Pioneers lead to 24 points. Of course, after this one is up and off the upright. Wow.
The intent is no good.
From what might have been 25 yards out, that one hits the post and doinks out, 20 yards out, not even 25. Barely longer.
With 1.7 seconds left here in the first half.
So the Highlanders will take over with 1.7. Maybe Hughes will look to throw it downfield. It'll be the question of whether or not he has the arm enough for Coach Pietramichio, and that will decide whether or not he throws it. Maybe they'll go for some hook and ladders play, throw a bunch of laterals, or maybe they'll just kneel it out and take this one to the half. Of course, once halftime comes, don't go away because we've got 2 performances for you. Governor Livingston Highlander varsity cheer squad will go out and do their field show. And Pete Remicchio will kneel it down. So
It is our first half of play.
stick around for another few minutes as the
21, Highlanders 0.
Highlanders cheer squad will come out to do their performance on their field show, and then they'll be followed up by the Governor Livingston High School marching band, who will come out and do part of their field show for this year. I'm Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining me here on Governor Livingston High School Television. We will come back in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half. Until then, enjoy these 2 performances. Thank you for joining us.
Let's welcome your GL Varsity cheerleading squad for our halftime entertainment. Your GL Varsity cheerleading squad. Outstanding performance. Thank you.
Guys, watch out!
That's pretty high. And I got all of them.
I was trying to be really nonchalant out there, but there was like 7 lanes that I thought. People told me this family. You see my tongue? I have. You guys coming in? No, I don't. Yeah. I'm gonna do it here. Yeah, where is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Manager's hard.
Thank you.
Tom? I couldn't remember the name, but I know Gabe.
Let's welcome our GL Marching Band.
And you'll be
Let's hear it for your award-winning Governor Livingston Marching Band. Jason Barker to kick off the start out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fry Field here on the hill at Governor Livingston High School. My name is Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining us once again today as we get ready to kick off the second half of this game between your Governor Livingston Highlanders and the New Providence Pioneers. My name is Nathan Philbrick. As always, it is an honor to be with you. Thank you to Mr. Voorhees and the Governor Livingston High School television supporting cast and crew, all our camera operators, our directors, our TDs, our support staff with audio and graphics. It's always lovely to have you. Thank you for allowing us to do this. Mason Barker getting ready to kick this one away and kick off the second half. Bit of a squib kick here, unintentional or not.
Ball is taken by
It'll be taken
Pioneers. That's Christian Bedward.
Christian Benward, number 84, who, despite his own attempts to keep his knee off the ground, seemed to have gotten a knee down, at least according to the referees he did. So, Pioneers will start in their own territory. That was the first kickoff of the game for Mason Barker. And a bit of an odd one, but I suppose the strategy has worked that time.
He brings the Pioneers out of the huddle.
So, Kevin Riley, number 7, leading his team out onto the field for the first time in the second half. A two-man backfield. Handoff to Whitehead, trying to stretch it left. Met by multiple guys. Slips by 2, but can't slip by the other 3 waiting for him as he cuts back inside. And
Dylan Cisco on the stop.
Dylan Cisco, the first one to get to him, apparently.
Gain of about 1 yard, brings up second down.
Gain of only 1 yard, so a 2nd and 9 for the Pioneers. 31-yard line.
Need help over there?
Getting a bit more windy here at the field. During our halftime performances, it was quite windy. And it still is, as here's an pass attempt by Riley. Gets it to his man. That one fumbled. Completed to number 0, Daniel Peretti, and then fumbled away. Luckily, Michael Schmidt there to bounce on it for him. And probably save him a chewing out from Coach Parlavicchio.
Action, win, break for action, break it. Action, go, action, win, break for action, break it.
Pass attempt for Riley once more, throwing over the top, gets it to Porletti. Running down the sideline, trying to tiptoe inbounds, and touchdown. Pioneers opening the second half quickly. A strike from Kevin Riley to Daniel Peretti. Not what the Highlanders intended, only a too high safety look for the Governor Livingston defense. Evidently not enough help over the top to take down Peretti.
66-yard touchdown.
66-yard touchdown for the Pioneers for the 4th score of the game. And pending the Jack Fitzgerald PAT, the score will be 28-0. A bit of a fumble there on the snap and hold, but it sneaks in through that left upright, and it's 28-0.
17 left here in the 3rd quarter. It's the Pioneers 28, Highlanders 0.
So the Highlanders making their way back out onto the field to receive once more in this game. I think I've lost count of how many times they've come out. And I've lost count of how many times I'm going to say this. Parker Chatfield and Elijah Garcia back to receive. Correction, not Parker Chatfield. Connor Jakubowski and Elijah Garcia in the backfield to receive for the Highlanders as Mike Petzies gets ready to kick it off. Sun getting close to its zenith, its peak for the day as we near 1 p.m. here out at Fry Field. There was a bit of cloud cover during our halftime show and a bit of wind. There still is a bit of wind, but not quite as much cloud cover. And Petzies come in to kick this one off. A booming kick taken just outside of the end zone for Jakubowski, trying to cut it to his left, and he will be swarmed and pushed out of bounds around what I believe is the 15-yard line. I cannot quite see the number. Correction, on the 25-yard line.
Islanders taking over. 1st and 10. Ball placed on the 25-yard line.
Ball exactly on the 25, actually. And Colin Hughes will lead his offense out and try to put some more points up on the board. Two in the backfield with him. With a Jake Raquel number 0, who will now get the handoff and try and stretch it to the right. Not getting anywhere. Picked up and pile driven into the ground for a 1-yard loss. And a flag comes out after the play. I believe that'll be a penalty for something said. That'll be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Pioneers.
Against New Providence.
And that will give the Highlanders a 15-yard penalty and their first down of this second half. It's getting quite a bit windy here again. I am seated outside in case you have not seen the camera that I'm pictured on occasion, but our press box here at Cumberland High School, as you can see, it is getting quite windy, as evident, but our press box up there to my right is getting reworked. Hopefully we'll have a new one for the spring, and we should be able to do some lacrosse streams, and that's the only outdoor sport that plays in the field. Yeah, we should be able to do some lacrosse streams, boys and girls. I did some with a GoPro, kind of like this camera, as Colin Hughes gets sacked by Jack Fitzgerald, and yet another flag comes out. If I had to guess, this might be another unsportsmanlike penalty. But that one would have been a huge loss.
9 on the play.
It is a huge loss. Would have put them back to a 2nd and 19. Refs adjudicating again, trying to figure out.
Holding against the Highlanders.
Correction, it's holding against the Highlanders. It'll be penalty declined, and it'll be a 2nd and 19.
Penalty is declined, brings up a 2nd down. Ball placed back at the
ball on the 30-yard line, so. Right back where they started are the Highlanders, but this time with a bit of a more difficult yardage and down to overcome. Nearing 9 minutes left. You can see Mason Barker practicing his punts as Hughes keeps it again and keeping his feet moving down the field. Correction, that was a handoff from Hughes to Levisi. Pretty good at moving those feet, but he'll get a nice gain of 4 or 5, depending on the spot of the ball. Looks like it'll be closer to 5 yards, so knocking this one down to a 3rd and 14. Two backs in the backfield with Hughes. Garcia. Handoff to him. Spinning down field and eventually taking down short of 1st down yardage by about 5 yards. Maybe make it closer to 4. And Mason Barker will trot out onto the field with his special teams punt unit to punt this one away. GL after this one will end their 2-game streak, as apparently this one was a bit shorter than I thought, and a QB sneak attempt on 4th down. We'll see what the spot is and whether or not this will be enough for a first down. Sorry, not a QB. I believe it was a QB sneak, but Dominic Labisi, and it will be enough for a first down according to the referees. So the chain gang will move, and the Highlanders will have a fresh set of downs. As I was going back to what I was saying prior to that, GL, 2 home games to start off the season in week 0 and week 1. But after this, they will travel to Island Kennedy and North Plainfield, 2 teams they hosted here at home. If in an identical schedule, but flipped from last year. Last year lost to Island Kennedy 28-27. That was here at home. That one was up to a missed PAT, much as the New Providence game was, as Labisi gets a short gain there. And North Plainfield was a nice 41-12 victory for the Highlanders. So we'll see if we'll get a duplicate of those results. Of course, last year, GL losing to Lakeland and New Providence, and then Island Kennedy. So right now, 28 in the hole are the Highlanders, so potentially a repeat of last year's loss, but just a bit worse. Of course, having a majority sophomore junior offense is not going to be particularly beneficial to Coach Pete Remicio's call play, but he's a pretty specific style. What some people would call true football, as Elijah Garcia gets the ball here and brings it down just short of the Pioneers 45. Coach Pete Remicio, of course, occupying his pound of the rock strategy. Some people would call it, true football, running. I'm not particularly of that persuasion. I can enjoy the beauty in any type of offense and any type of defense. I know some people don't appreciate the beauty of defenses these days. They prefer to see offenses run the score up and have games end 78-60 or whatever, but I, for one, am a supporter of good defenses. Either way, Hughes, roll out here to his left, throwing down the field. He'll get this one complete. That one to number 3, Parker Chatfield. And that one will be, if I can see it down in distance, just another yard in between the Highlanders and the first down. So will we see another QB sneak with Dominic Labisi? Hughes not in the game. Labisi occupying the backfield. He might look to run it down the throats. He will. He'll cut right. Get a good gain. This one more than enough for the first down. That's a gain of 3 or 4. Labisi progress held up, but it'll be a first down regardless on the Wildcat formation play. See another first down. Unfortunately, no pep band here. I stand corrected. Highlander band is back from their little lunch break. Maybe not the full band, given the lack of volume from them, but a pep band is a pep band. You gotta appreciate it. It's the beauty of high school football, ain't it? Hughes in the backfield with Labisi. Hughes putting together a decent game. Already completed 4 passes, tying Mateo Aloya's passes completion from last week. Aloya, of course, 4 of 11. Hughes trying to fake a keeper there. Sorry, that was a pitch from Jakubowski, and it'll be a loss of about 5. Jakubowski stretching out his leg, limping over to the sideline on it. That's not particularly good.
Puts the ball back at the 39-yard line.
Either way. But to continue on, after those 2 games at Island Kennedy and North Plainfield, the Highlanders will host South Plainfield on a Friday night, the 26th of September. Right now it is unknown of whether Governor Livingston High School Television will be covering that game, but if you want to know, you can follow at GLHS TV on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, as that one an interception thrown by Hughes directly to A.J. Whitehead, and he will get his momentum going and go all the way down and run this one into the end zone for his third touchdown of the game, just breaking on that ball from his DB spot, from his linebacker spot, sorry, the Mike linebacker, and running all the way down into the end zone. Not much that could be done there by anyone. So, right as you sing their praises, they fall greatly. The commentator's curse, there you have it. You can blame me for that, and I did say that Hughes was doing a good job. I'll take the blame for that one. But back to what I was saying, if you want to figure out whether or not we will be streaming, the Governor Livingston High School Television will be streaming this game, you can follow me on Instagram at Nate Philbricks Productions. That is Nate, of course, and Philbricks, Philbrix Productions. All one word. You can also follow Governor Livingston High School Television on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and receive our posts after these games of our crew who are here to provide you with this free service. So, 3:27 left in the third quarter. The Highlanders back out to receive this kickoff. 35-0 is the score. The Pioneers with the lead. Highlanders yet to put up a point to this season. Of course, in a local rivalry game, that's never the best thing you can do. Keeping it close, like last year, would have been Coach Peter Michio's desired outcome. Of course, winning probably would have been even more desired, but keeping it close at the minimum. We'll see if, with these remaining 15 minutes, the Highlanders will be able to pull it back in any semblance of the word and try to make this close. Pesties will come back on to kick it off once again. Boot this one down the field. Jakubowski fielding this one at his own 2-yard line. Trying to make something work. Runs into his own blocker just past the 20. And he will end up at the 22-yard line. So the Highlanders will start from in their own territory again. Hasn't been horrible offensively. Just an unlucky interception on that last drive. Of course, having a freshman in at quarterback, always something that's going to be shaky. Evidently didn't go through his progressions fast enough. Wind picking up here once more. Throwing my papers around. Hopefully I don't lose my roster like I did last spring while commentating my first lacrosse game. That was something. It's not something you can really recover from as a commentator, not having the list of names and numbers that is so crucial to every one of us, but I had to trudge through it. And a Pioneers timeout is called with 2:35 left here in the third. Not quite sure what the meaning of this one is. Coach Parlavicchio maybe not happy with the way his defense was lined up. Could be any number of things, honestly. But either way, it'll give the Highlanders a brief respite and a chance to recommunicate what their offensive play will be. Perhaps change it based on the look the Highlanders give them.
Just put it down on paper. So it's
Hughes handing this one off to Garcia. Garcia will get a decent gain of about 3, maybe to the 25. only to the 24, so a gain of 2, setting up a 2nd and 8. Minutes left here in the third. 2-man backfield. Fettis acting as a fullback. Guy getting up the gut. Garcia. He's going down the field. And he gets chased down by number 11. Toe tap unsuccessful. Garcia down the field. First touchdown of the season for the Highlanders. Elijah Garcia, number 28, the sophomore. We've been waiting on that one for 2 weeks. Dominic Lapisi got down the gut last week, but called back for a hold. This one, no dirty laundry on the field, and Garcia will bask in the glory of the first points of the season for the Governor Livingston Highlanders. Number 11, Thomas Lagana, trying to go for the ankles of Garcia, just fell a bit short, and Garcia all the way into the end zone. Nothing that anyone could do, and Mason Barker puts this one up and through. The lead down to 28. It is 7-35. Pioneers leading. .145 left. A successful drive for the Highlanders. Another big play. Most big plays usually go against them as of this season. What we've seen so far, this one will go for them. I'm sure everybody will be pleased with that one. Particularly Coach Pete Remicchio. He's been waiting for a bit. Of course, it's only his 4th year as the head coach of this varsity squad. Last year went a perfect 500, 5-5. Got that 5th win in a postseason consolation game against another somewhat local team, Scotch Plains Fanwood, just 30 or so minutes away, depending on how fast you want to drive. But either way, the season before that went 400. Season before that went 600. In those first 2 seasons, played Summit, yet another local rival, just on the other side of New Prague. Got beaten both times, but proved he could coach a football team. Parlavicchio, of course, being with this New Prague squad for a while, picked up the head coach job in 2018. As I've mentioned, went 1-8. Mason Barker here with the kickoff. That one fielded to AJ Whitehead. This one might be dangerous, or perhaps not. Still going to get his team good field position. Gets up to the 36. Perhaps that squib kick is intended to keep it away from Whitehead. I'm not quite sure, but if I had to guess, I would say so, given that he's already run back a punt return. Apologies for the stutter there. So now it's up to the defense. They haven't done a horrible job so far. Of course, 3 lapses for them to let in touchdowns, a lapse from special teams, and then a lapse in the eyesight of Colin Hughes to throw a pick 6 directly at AJ Whitehead. So AJ Whitehead has 4 touchdowns on the day. Correction, 3 touchdowns on the day. A run, a pick 6, and a kickoff, a punt return. Not in that order.
Ball placed down to the 49-yard line. Pioneers will take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So, starting from their own 49-yard line. Correction, starting from the Highlanders' 49-yard line after a penalty. Already inside GL territory, the clock ticking down, under 20 seconds. This one might be a delay of game if the Pioneers choose not to call a timeout. Not quite sure when the clock started ticking, but seems they're content to let the clock run down.
That's the end of your
and bring us into the 4th quarter. So, 28-point difference. Pioneers 35, Governor Livingston 7. Pioneers with the lead. I'm Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining us here today on Governor Livingston High School Television. We will be back in just a short few minutes. Stick around.
It's that time again, Highlander time. Get ready here in the stands for Highlander time. T-shirts coming your way. First and 10 for the Pioneers at the 49-yard line.
First and 10 Pioneers, hand off to A.J. Whitehead. He'll break down for a first down and more. Trying to be tackled, finally brought down by the ankle on a fumble.
On the carry.
But the whistles will come before the ball came out.
Down by contact at the 22-yard line.
Highlanders thought they caught a break there, but no such luck. A.J. Whitehead running all over this game. I don't know how many yards he has, but if I had to guess, it's definitely in excess of 120.
We are the Highlanders, the best, no doubt. Come on, crowd, let's hear it. Scream and shout. Yell red and blue.
A strong showing this year from the New Providence student section. Not so much from the Highlanders, but school spirit, something C.J. Hendricks, a new athletics director, is trying to build more of. And A.J. Whitehead stretching this one out the left side for what is either first down or close to one at least.
Knocked out of bounds.
Driven out of bounds by, I believe that was number 1, Julio Nieto.
Both plays around the 9-yard line. First and goal for the Pioneers.
9-yard line, so a first down and a first and goal now for the Pioneers. A run here, stretch to the right for number 1, Jack Fitzgerald. He's met and pushed out of bounds, but not after a gain of 4 or 5. And getting inside the 5-yard line. Highlanders yet to reach the red zone this game. Of course, Elijah Garcia scoring a long run up the gut. And a timeout for the Pioneers. So, Pioneers looking to extend their lead once again. We tick under 10 minutes left here in the game. Likely just going to run this clock out. No passes left in the bank for Kevin Riley, if I had to guess. Chet Parlavicchio will be happy to run the ball, even if it's a 3rd and 700. I believe he probably run the ball. He's just looking to maintain his lead, and I believe he probably has confidence in his defense as A.J. Whitehead gets the handoff, and he will be stopped a yard or two short of the end zone. This will bring up a 3rd and goal.
Bring up a 3rd down. Timeout for an injured Highlander.
Injured Highlander on the field, so trainers coming out, and we'll wait to see who it is and what the severity is. Logan Stack, I believe, the injured man, but he will recover, probably cramp or a stitch, pain in the chest maybe, who knows. 9:20 left here. Every second matters for the Highlanders if they're going to try and mount a comeback. Though the likelihood of that decreasing by the second as we tick down to 9 minutes left. And AJ Whitehead eyes up that end zone. The question is the play called for him? He's got two blockers in front, Fitzgerald and Petzies. If it is, then it is called for him, and he will lunge into the end zone for yet another touchdown and extend the Pioneers' lead back to 35 or 34. 35 pending the extra point. Score 7-31. Just a handoff, two blockers in front. A dive attempt there from, I believe, number 75, Theo Tombros, but couldn't get a solid enough hold to hold back the train that is AJ Whitehead. So, Fitzgerald out to kick another extra point, and whistles and flags. That one would have been good. A false start.
Flag on a flag.
So, 5 yards back. Pioneers.
5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. Just a reminder, we did see Fitzgerald miss a field goal to close out the second half, or what would have been to close out the second half, but left a second on the clock. And that was only from 20 yards out. This one from 25 now. Fitzgerald might be feeling the pressure a bit. Pressure not to miss this one just as he did the last, as there's a bit of wind here today. You can see the flags moving, and this one will be up and good.
Kick is good.
Extra point on the board, 7-42, 35-point lead for the Pioneers. 8:47 left in the game. So, GL putting their first points up on the board in this game. The Pioneers at some point will likely put some of their backups in, try and get them playing time, and whether or not Coach Remicchio decides that's the time he wants to score is yet to be seen. Or I don't believe he'll put in his backups. There's not many backups to put in, frankly. Most of his players who are young and capable, all his sophomores, his juniors, the few seniors he has, most of them are out on the field, most of them are playing. Pioneers, much deeper and more veteran lineup, so I'm not sure there really is the option of Coach Remicchio to pull his starters, because his starters might just be all his have. Of course, he's got a decent amount of people on the roster. It's, I don't know how to count this. 7, 10. Welcome to counting with me as I learn how to count. There's 50, just over 50 people on the Varsity roster. Of course, he's probably got some JV guys on the sideline with him too. But 50 guys, probably 30 or so of them have gotten into the game. And most of those guys who are in the game are young, as I've already mentioned. So likely no pulling the starters even with a large deficit. As this is Garcia on the return.
On a return, May on the stop.
We'll get it up to, if I can see a yardage line, around the 20-yard line. Maybe exactly on the 20-yard line. I'm not quite sure. Looks like the spot will come just past the 20 on the 22-yard line. So, a start from the 22-yard line. The Highlanders looking to rip another big play.
At the 21-yard line.
Some of the backup boys for the Highlanders seem to be in. Some juniors we haven't seen yet. And a handoff here to, that'll be from number 44, Tommy Fettis. Only really acted as a blocking fullback up until this moment, but evidently getting involved in the run game now. That was how the Highlanders broke the big play last week with Dominic Labisi. That would eventually get called back. Used him mainly as a blocker up until one play, sent him right down the gut. Nobody expected it, broke free. Unfortunately, didn't give them points. Hughes, with only running back in the backfield with him. I want to hand off to the left, and that one will be for yet another first down, so the chains will move. Can't quite tell. That might have been Fennis again.
On the carry, that's good enough for a Highlander first down. Highlanders moves the ball out to the 39-yard line.
Correction, that was Labisi. 4:44. Can't quite see. Labisi not out on the field on this play, so evidently Pete Remicchio is actually pulling some of his starters at least. No Garcia. No Labisi. Although Votkel and Fettis are on this, Rotkel will take the carry and only get a gain of maybe one at the best with 6:30 left on the clock.
Votkel on carry, May on the stop, no gain on the play.
BC back in the game, actually. Lined up next to Tommy Fettis behind the QB. And BC slipping into a little gap here. Probably only a gain of one there as well. Clock ticks down past 6 minutes left as there's, I believe that's Mr. Golbin standing in the way of our camera. Not exactly his fault, it's kind of set up in the middle of the track, but just the best we can do. So BC out on the field still. No Garcia. He's put up a decent performance considering it's his first year of high school football, as I've said. I believe just over 50 yards in the last game. I've already mentioned baseball star. One of the starters as there's a fumble, but whistled down for stoppage of momentum by the referees. Pioneers defense thought they had yet another takeaway. Fortunately, they do not. And they're also winning the takeaway battle in this game. GL yet to have a takeaway on defense. Haven't recovered a fumble, haven't gotten an interception. Something they were pretty good with last year. They were even on turnover difference, but not this year. Already 3 in the hole. Correction, 4 on the hole. 3 fumbles and an interception. Hughes in the backfield. He'll hand this one off. And a short gain there of just about 5, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Garcia on the carry. Ball placed up to the 40-yard line.
So we'll get to the 40-yard line, and
Pioneers will take over.
it will be
first and 10.
Correction, that was a 4th down already, so a turnover on downs.
39-yard line. First and 10.
The Pioneers will get the ball back with just under 4 minutes left. 42-7 here is the score at Governor Livingston High School. You are watching Governor Livingston High School television. My name is Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining us. If you want more updates on which sports we'll be streaming on Governor Livingston High School on YouTube, you can check me out at Nate Philbrooks Productions on Instagram. That is Nate Philbrooks, Philbrix Productions. So, number 17 here in the game, Brian Connor at quarterback for the Pioneers, with a handoff to number 11, Thomas Lagana. So backups in the game for Coach Parlavicchio's side. Correction, I believe that was a call that Caleb Gordon was out. Caleb Gordon took that handoff, apologies. Not sure whether that's correct. I thought I fixed my roster, apparently not. By the way, a long stretch run here to the left side. I believe it is Gordon, so number 11, not Thomas Lagana, that is Caleb Gordon.
Bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Bring up a 3rd and 10.
Back to the
GL defense having a pretty decent job holding the Pioneers backups. And the question is, can GL put another point on the board as we could tick under 2:30 left here in the game? Time, of course, a big thing in high school football. Only 12 minutes per quarter. Connor under center again. He'll hand it off once more. This one stretching out to the right. Gordon again, and he will get a gain of a few before being tackled out of bounds. And the 2-minute warning will be blown by. No 2-minute warning in the high school game. So under 2 minutes left, 4th down. Pioneers will punt it away. Highlanders, maybe they'll take a 2-minute drill. Maybe they'll kneel it out. Maybe Coach Pete Remicchio trying to save face and put up a few more points. Maybe more than they did last year against New Prov, even though that game was a lot closer. Under 1:30 left.
Villanueva back deep. Sees the punt.
Matt Villanueva is back deep to field the punt, apparently. Evidently number 8. Punt is away from Daniel Peretti, and that one will go into the end zone for a touchback. And the Highlanders will start on their own 25 with under a minute. Clock stays running as we've already reached the 35-point deficit. Highlanders, maybe they'll run one play, if any, and that will perhaps be a QB kneel, and this will be how the game ends in this Battle of Mountain Ave 2025 edition. Of course, still games left in the Highlanders schedule. Isaac Kennedy, North Plainfield, then they finally come home, play South Plainfield, go to ALJ to play. Host Voorhees here, that one a thriller last year. Ended with a kickoff return by Kamir McLean to win the game with seconds to go, and the siren will go off here at Governor Livingston High School here out at Fry Field on the Hill. My name is Nathan Philbrick. Your final from Governor Livingston High School is 42-7. Pioneers advance to 1-0, and the Highlanders fall for the second time this year and move to 0-2. My name is Nathan Philbrick. If I haven't said enough, thank you for joining me. Thank you, as always, to this Governor Livingston High School television productions crew for coming out here and allowing me to do this. And also, thank you for providing this service, Mr. Joe Voorhees, our club advisor. Regardless, go through the schedule. Johnson, they play Voorhees at home, which is a game that will be on Governor Livingston High School television, hopefully. The South Plainfield game is our Friday Night Lights game. There's potentially to do it, we will do it, but so far we don't have enough people to run the crew, so who knows. After Voorhees comes here on the 11th of October, the Highlanders go to Bernard's for a Friday night game under their lights. Bernard's, sorry, which is a game that they lost 34-7 last year. And then finally, they host New Brunswick for the final game of the season here on the 25th of October. That one likely also going to be streamed here on Governor Livingston High School television. If you want updates on what games will be streamed and what games will be not, you can follow me on Instagram at Nate Philbricks Productions. Philbricks spelled Philbrix. That's enough of the self-promo. Thank you for joining me today, this afternoon, and a bit of morning. Have a good evening and afternoon. I've been Nathan Philbrick. Thank you so much.